I think you're the only new person, so I won't go into previous, so this is Casey. I won't go too deep into it, but just the idea of the film festival. I know you've already heard it and you've probably heard it, but you know, 2 years ago, we did this live performance that was mixed media. We had some stuff up on the screen and some live. We had live musicians, dancers, juggler, you know, all different weird stuff. And so for this year, I decided let's keep it all up on screen and let's get content from the community to share. I have an overarching theme of celebrating community, and whatever that means for the filmmaker will be fine. Hopefully I get so much stuff that I'll have to not allow some pieces in, and that will be the determining factor. Does it celebrate community and does it tell a good story? We have a deck that can be found on the website about filmmaking. Basically just talks about what pre-production is, what production is, and what post-production. We're focused on post-production right now, but we'll have more workshops coming over the summer. And Yvonne and I are talking about just maybe doing every 2 weeks, available space here to come and play around or get some hands-on experience and have some mentors here to help. If you're getting stuck on how to do something, they can help you, show you how to do that. But that's obviously all in post-production, so I won't go into details on that. This is Bjorn Reining. He's a local filmmaker who has a YouTube channel, and he's going to also be offering some workshops. He uses a different software package called DaVinci Resolve, which I think, I was just looking over his shoulder, I think it's a great platform to be using. It does have some features that CapCut doesn't have, which I found a little bit limiting, but I basically want to put it out there that there are different options for your editing, and it wouldn't hurt for you to learn different ones and see what most works for you. There's also iMovie, there's Adobe Premiere, Adobe Premiere, right? Which is a really robust software package, and maybe probably more than what we need for our purposes. But really anything that you find useful would be great. What we want to do today is we have another guy who was supposed to be here, but his flight from Chicago got canceled, and I believe he's on the flight now. So he sent a couple audio clips and then some video clips and his finished product, and he uses CapCut. So I thought we could listen to what he had to say, then look at his film, and then practice cutting that film. And I think one thing that we'll learn through that process is that editing can change the story completely, or give more focus to a certain aspect that you find more interesting. So I think that will be a fun thing of this exercise today, to start using this software package and to see how different products can be created from the same clips. So why don't we play his audio clips first? Thanks.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry I can't be there. I'm unfortunately stuck in Chicago, but I was able to pull together some more clips that I had for a video I shot a while back, and I want you guys to try and practice with it. So the biggest thing here will be basically just cutting up clips and putting them together. That's what most of editing is taking all your movies that you shot and putting them together. Cutting video is very important because a lot of the time maybe you set up your phone on a tripod, and you don't want to have that awkward walk back to the tripod and turn your phone off on your clips. So I think really what's important here is you guys practice cutting clips. So basically what the story was is there's a character, that kid, that's me. I was filming myself, watching the TV, watching the Porsches, and basically daydreaming of one day having a race car. Then I look outside and I have a bike. So I'm like, okay, that'll do. And then I turn it into my own race car by putting that card on it, and it basically goes like it makes race car noises. So that's sort of the premise of it, is making do with what you have.
before you start the second one, so what he just described was a video he made, really short and sweet, just to demonstrate how to tell a story in a short period of time through using video. Let's
I
go.
think that was, the other ones were for us, right?
No, I think it was for everyone.
All right, here's my second audio. There's a lot of content. So basically, take the clips and cut them down to your liking, make it comprehensible for you. And don't worry too much about color or fancy transitions. I just want you guys to practice cutting up a video, because at the end of the day, that's definitely going to be the majority of what you spend your time on when you're making the films. So yeah, and I'm going to send Adam my finished video that I made. I put some like fancy music, audio, and colors on it, but maybe it can give you guys an idea of the story. And yeah, have fun with it. And yeah, you don't have to use all the clips. You can add titles, you can add audios, whatever you want. CapCut has an amazing library. So have fun with it and make cool videos.
I played them out of order, so.
Yes, that was
This is
two,
the
wasn't it?
first one.
Third quick note.
Oh, this is third.
Direction. So download all those videos on your computer. It might take a minute. I shot them all in pretty high resolution. And then you'll take all that content and you'll drag it into CapCut. There should be on the side, there should be sort of like a library that you can pull all your clips from when you're editing. And then when you're ready, you will drag them into your sequence. Your sequence is sort of like that timeline of your video. So we'll be starting from left to right. And yeah, cut them up. There's like a cut tool. You can drag the clip to shorten them. And make it.
Here's the clips.
It's already on all computer.
All right, so hi, welcome. So what we're gonna do, just because you guys came in afterwards, so we're gonna work from, you have CapCut on the computer that's here, and if you want to use a separate one, that's also there, but you guys can obviously work together. We're gonna show the video, the final product that Matteo created, and then you have all the clips, and you can then start creating, either duplicate what he did just to understand how he put it together, or create your own and create a different story, and we'll see how that comes out. So why don't we watch this? Can't make it louder, huh? All right, so short and sweet. Then this is just Bjorn, who's zoomed in as well. All right, should we watch it one more time? Because that was.
Oh.
So, does everyone feel comfortable starting to create that video? Do you want to share? Sorry,
Should I put the audio in these clips already, or is that a separate track?
it's in the clip, and then there's a way, once you drag it into your timeline, there is a way to separate the audio from the video. So then if you want the video to keep running, but the audio to switch to a voiceover or something like that, then you cut it and you add in the voiceover and you come back to your music or whatever, whatever the position is. Okay. All right, so maybe, yeah, so push this is the computer. Great, you wanna, so what I've done is, on this one, I've already imported all the clips. And if you,
So do you wanna import the clips, go to import?
first thing you're gonna do is create a new project, then import.
Then, go to desktop. Video clips.
Once everyone has the video clips imported into a new project, let me know. Casey, you know how to do that?
Yeah, I just got it downloaded on here, it's zipped, so I just have to unzip
Right,
it.
so
real quick.
that's zip.
You don't perform.
And then.
Maybe save them in a folder on your desktop so it's easy to find or something.
Yeah, I did that.
All of them and then open. This one.
And so we take all 10 clips and put them in?
Yeah, might as well, because we're gonna use it all 10.
Maybe you have a mouse.
I'm not used to using a mouse.
Oh, okay, so trackpad there. You got it?
We do. Keep throwing it in.
Everyone is important.
Okay, so let's just take a look up on the screen for a second. Your screen should look like this, where you have your imported clips over here. This is your timeline down here. And this is where we're gonna preview whatever the video we're creating. So this, I'm gonna take clip one, just drag it down here. And now we see it up in this screen. So I hit play, which I can just do by hitting the space bar. Yeah. And then, so I just stopped it. I'm just gonna show you over here on the right. Over here on the right, we can go to audio and have some, I can increase the volume, I can fade in, fade out. There's usually noise reduction if, you know, that if you have someone speaking and there's background noise, you might want to use noise reduction. So there's these features about the audio. We can also speed things up if we want under speed. We can go to animation and do some fade in, fade out, clip, you know, drag over, all these different ways of filled in fine. But yeah, you can do these crazy things. I'm gonna go with none for now. There we go. And then adjustments, we can look at that later. But right now, let's just focus on the video. I can drag this timeline back to the beginning. And what's nice about it is as you hover over things, it'll tell you what that button does. Bjorn, can you talk about what a cover is? You know what a cover is in CapCut? I think that's the.
I'm not familiar with CapCut.
Okay. I believe a cover is like, once it's a finished video, there's gonna be an image that sits on the file that's not necessarily part of your film, so don't worry about that. Here's our, if you wanna mute the audio clip at one point, there's that button there. Hide the track. Lock it. All right, so
Hi,
you here for the video?
for the CapCut.
Great.
Yeah,
What's your name?
I'm Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Hi, I've got my own computer,
Excellent.
and so,
Are you someone that Yvonne invited? Are you like an all programmer?
I'm a semi-pro guy. I have a background in professional, but this is new, and my daughter, I wanna know what everything my kids are doing. You wanna use a computer?
No, he's gotta
I
go.
got my own, that's okay.
Sure.
So it said it was uploading and
So
then
what
I don't see it.
Going through now is how to put CapCut video together.
Oh, okay, great,
Some sample clips we saw,
Not sure.
with somebody created.
Oh, you use the
Now we're
online.
duplicating that.
Oh, am I?
Okay.
No, that's fine. No, I can do it. I
Okay,
just
great.
logged into it.
Sorry.
What it is, I can do something different, that's better.
All right, so now if we want to go back to what I'm working on, we're looking at him checking out the race cars, wondering, do we want to use this whole cut? Or do we want to short this. Probably don't need all of that time, right? Do people want me to talk through what I'm doing, or do you just want to jump in and start doing what you're doing? Talk through, okay. All right, so I'm still running this clip. It's longer than we need, right? To show him thinking, oh, I love race cars, right?
Down, you can see it
I'm
right
gonna
there.
go back to the beginning
And it's attached to.
and try to decide where I want to cut it. Yeah, I definitely want to have him look towards the TV, right? So I don't want to cut the beginning,
So let's see, go back.
Maybe they didn't.
and that's probably enough, right? We see that he's looking at the race and thinking, oh, love racing. So now I can trim it with this split here, right?
Done.
And it just created that. Now I can drag that away to another line. Then go stay somewhere else. I can keep it there in case I need to come back to it.
Oh.
But right now, I'll go back to the beginning. That's the start. It looks over there. Now we want to cut to a close-up of him looking at the, thinking, wow, I love racing.
Is this a file that we provided access to? Is there a shared drive or something that?
Yvonne has it on her thumb drive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so let's see, how much time do we need of him looking at it? Probably not much more, right? Wait. Now, let's see, I can also decide how I want that transition to go. Right, we could do an animation
Just
here
one, because
Okay.
I just want to
And
make sure
fade
that, so.
from one to the other.
Okay.
Fade in, no, no, fade out.
Just the computer on this, I have them here. Oh, okay, great.
We won't do that now. All right, so now I'm gonna get the next clip in. We've looked up, now we look at his eyes. I think that's enough right after the eyebrow move. I'm gonna clip it there. I'll save this over here just in case we need some more of it later.
And the original's being saved, right, even after,
Yeah, but the original stays in the library up here,
okay.
right? This is just what my working files now. So now I'm gonna bring 3 in.
Pod, not just like the whole staff, the library.
as
Library.
Looks out.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't love the beginning of this, right? I don't think we need. I don't think we need
Oh, wait.
this part, this part, this part. What I really want is he turns to the outside to look. There. So I may come to here. Clip it there. Highlight that one and delete it. So now I go from here. He's thinking, oh, I love racing. The eyebrows go, he flips, looks out, he sees his bike. The bike goes by, that's probably enough. Right? Bike goes by. And then I'll cut there. Highlight what I want to delete, delete. Now we've got clip 4. Well, that is. This is where we see the bike. Now we want to see him arrive. There, so maybe there's too much room in the beginning.
I thought you just do this.
I think I want to cut to right before he enters, right? As I drag this, it's live so we can see where he is. Just gonna click that, delete that. It automatically moves it up. Now we'll go back there, the bike leaves. He thinks, I'm gonna go to my bike, here he is. And then all that end bit is dead. Maybe we don't even need it tilting over, right? So right before it starts tilting, well, maybe that says he's doing something with it, so we'll have a little tilt. And I'm gonna cut this, and I don't need the rest of it.
When you're highlighting, are you just clicking on it?
Just click, yeah.
Delete?
All right, bringing clip 5 in.
Are you using a web-based version or is this downloaded?
This is downloaded, right?
Downloaded, okay.
Yeah, I'm accidentally using the web one.
That's fine.
Oh, okay,
It just has a little bit different functionality and layout,
okay,
but,
no problem.
well, all the functionality should be the same, but the layout's different.
Okay.
All right, so now,
Oh, there we go.
let's see what happens in this clip, because it would be a weird clip. He would suddenly disappear because he comes in before. So now we want to cut to him already being there and moving that over a little bit, right? Because we saw some of that. So because this previous clip, his feet are in it, so he's at the bike. If I go to the beginning of this, he disappears, right? So I need to cut to when he's already in frame next to the bike. There. I'll cut that, click on the section I want to highlight, delete it. Bike. All right, I'm gonna bring clip 6 in. I can also just double click this. Wait. Okay.
It didn't come down.
Let me grab 6, bring it in here. Then we'll decide where we need to click that. All right, so I don't need all of this. There, there, that needs to be clipped a little bit, right? Because the tilting of the bike, tilt,
Yeah,
tilt, then it goes back to tilt, tilt.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, and then I can also widen this, my timeline. So it's easier to edit, right? I just spread it all out,
That's
spread
nice.
time out. So I can be a little bit more precise. It's tilting, gotta come in there.
That's really cool.
Tilting. Pretty much saw a little bit of tilt. I don't think we need all that time there, right? So we cut here. Highlight that, delete it. Now that's a little weird. We need to get rid of that. There, I want where his hand's coming in,
Yeah, yeah.
so I can delete this. And put it on. Now we're up to clip 7. And you'll note, I'll just drop it on this timeline and it automatically brings it up to there. We go back, look at this go. Porsche, how much time do we need on that? We want to make sure the audience can see it, get a little chuckle. I think that's probably enough. Oh, so this, sorry, I'm gonna delete that. We don't really need that. Alright, so we're probably gonna wanna. Cut this somewhere, we don't need all, we want it, we want when the lake comes over, right? Yeah. That sound, I don't know why the sound was.
It might be a lag because you're sharing on,
Okay,
Zoom.
I
It
was
might be
also playing it at the same time on mine by
oh,
accident,
okay,
so that also could have been it.
I think we'll let it get almost out of screen there. That's there. 3, 9 in. This clip. I'm gonna give it like a little second before he enters.
No, not very good. Yeah, so just bring in the rules, it's a good thing, so we'll be good. So. Sit in the computer.
Sunset. We could probably trim that. Let's see what he provided us for the final clip. All right, so we only need a little bit of that. Here, I can trim this back. I think somewhere right around there before he starts that turn. Right, so now I'm gonna clip that. And I left it a little bit longer than I need. So I'm gonna fade out here on this clip. I need to have the clip highlighted. And go to animation. I'm in the out folder here. And I gotta find fade out. I mean, I could use any of these.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Are any of those, blocks, like you get to buy extra ones?
Not that I can
No,
see.
okay, those are included, yeah, I have nice. Yeah.
Fall out. Where's fade out? Fade out. Want to highlight that. And then I can also, oh, here's the duration of the fade out. Half a second, I'm gonna give it a full second. Maybe even a little more. 1.5 seconds. All right, so let me go back to the beginning. And see how it all looked. Okay, what was it, 60 seconds? All right, so
I'm
then,
impressed with how fast you're able to get through that. It's
right,
really
it's
easy to
pretty quick.
manipulate.
Well, and so much of it was he labeled the clips, so I
Yeah.
knew it was just gonna be
Putting
1,
them
2,
one,
3. I
two.
didn't have to go through and see which one I want next. So that's all in your prep before editing. You wanna label your clips, ideally put them in the sequence you're gonna want them in, that'll speed it along. And you edit your clips right in the timeline. And then you can always, as you said, you still have the original available. Oops, I cut that too short. There's always undo, but
Yeah,
you can also just bring the whole thing back in, delete the one that you didn't want. So would everyone like to do what I just did?
yeah.
And then I'll come around if you have questions, or Yvonne and I are available to help if you have questions. Cool. I mean, there's next steps to this would be like, I don't love how I can't really see Portia very well, right?
Yeah.
So I might
Is there a way
click
to
on
lighten
that, and there should be a way to enhance it, adjustments. I could try auto adjust and see what happens there.
Following along, oh, you undid it and
I
do
undid
it from
it.
scratch.
That's a little better.
Like, whatever, I didn't.
The light, the light.
So I lightened it up.
We're done already. All of them?
All of them, but they're not, I didn't go through and change this.
So then, yeah, if you press this to play, then you see the parts that you want. So let's say you want to.
Hey, Adam, did you want us to fill this out?
Yes,
Could you
please.
pass this around?
Yes, please. If I have your email and contact info, don't worry about it. Maybe just put your name so I can track who was here.
So,
But I don't need you to.
and then, yeah, that's probably what you want to play. So let's say you want to use just that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just talking to myself, so I cut and cut up, and I'm just trying to, are they in the chronological order? Yes. So I'm just gonna drag them in here? Okay, so I can just drag, so you wanna drag them all, this, the full way.